Last year at EGX, I was lucky enough to meet up with Super Rare Games, another one of those companies that are putting out exclusive limited edition Switch games. Yeah, that's not exactly anything new, but the first release, which came with a bloody 12-inch vinyl soundtrack might I add, was the classic Human Fall Flat. I knew of the game, obviously, it's pretty huge in the indie scene, and finally I got to play it on one of my all-time favourite systems. Links to that video can be found in the title card above. Well, 6 releases later, Super Rare Games did it again and sent me over a copy of the limited edition game and vinyl of one of the first really good indie games I ever downloaded for Nintendo's awesome little hybrid, Snake Pass. So yeah, the soundtrack looks great, although we'll have a proper look at that one in a minute. Just like last time, the game cartridge comes in this cute little see-through bag, which looks like it was originally designed to hold a pick and mix. Oh, sorry, that's penny candy for all of the Americans watching. The game itself comes in a standard case, which is well printed of course, and as always with releases like this, it's just awesome to physically hold. Inside you got a mini booklet with some concept art, no instructions whatsoever, but let's face it, who really needs them? But instead you just got some nice imagery, which is of course all high quality. And there you have it, the cartridge itself. And yes, these things still taste like utter crap. Anyway, besides the game, you also get a sticker for those that are gutted like me who had to rip the one that was on the pick and mix bag, and you also get these playing card things. Now, personally, I don't really get these, and my one pack came with just cards number 1, number 2, and number 3, meaning that I still needed to get number 4 and 5, which I, can buy if I went over to the website for a few quid. But with all that said, it has come to my attention since that last video that some buyers love to get a full set of these things. Obviously, like I said, it's not for me. I'm just happy that I have something else to put right next to that art book. Right, so the vinyl itself. Obviously, if you saw my previous video, you would know I had no issue with the first release whatsoever. In fact, I actually listened to this one quite a bit whilst editing. But guys, the quality in the artwork found on the sleeve is leaps and bounds better than what was found in that first release, and if you are like me and you like to collect video game vinyl, then I highly suggest jumping on board for this one because, these things don't tend to hang around very long. But let's be honest with ourselves here, guys, all of this is worthless if the game is naff, and thankfully, it's not. Well, not for me at least. Noodle the Snake will not be for everyone. I know people that have played the game and hated the control scheme, but I really enjoyed it. The game goes from being a chilled sort of platformer, I suppose, into a hair-ripping anger fest when all you're trying to do is simply just go up a wall. See, the way the game works, if you don't know, is that you need to constantly wiggle the control pad at the exact right motion in order to make Noodle move in a certain direction. One button moves you forward and the other lifts your head up. Everything else is just down to you, and you will need to completely change the way you think about puzzle platformers, again not really a platformer per se, in order to navigate the world. Thankfully, the game starts off fairly easy, but in time, it obviously gets a lot harder, especially if you're like me and you want to collect everything. In my opinion, Sumo Digital did a great job on this game, which was released right around the Switch's launch. I played through the game to completion back then, and just like you guys that had issues with the fact it was digital only, well, now you get the chance to own it physically and have the soundtrack to go with it. So yeah, this is Snake Pass. A big thanks obviously to Super Rare Games who sent this bad boy over to me for review, and if you guys want to go check them out yourself, then there'll be a link below so you can see what's available on the website. See you later.